Well, hey there, reader friends. I'm Erica, and welcome to Tag Tuesday. I finally have a new tag for you. Today I'm going to be doing the Royal Court book tag, and I was tagged several weeks ago by Adrienne at Ordinary Reader. Thanks for the tag, Adrienne! This tag was originally created as, I think, a blog post, so I will leave a link to the original post if I can find it down below. And it's a fairly long tag and a fairly complex tag, so let's just go ahead and get started. Number 1, kingdom. Every court needs a kingdom. What fictional world would you rule over? I am going to go with the Shire for Middle-earth because I'm just really craving that kind of pastoral, farmy-like scene right now. The only thing I would have to change immediately is to bring, like, Gondor's library to the Shire or create a library system. Because I don't know if there are any libraries in the Shire, and I need some libraries. Number 2, Consort. Life at the top can be lonely. Pick your partner in crime or your book crush. I'm kind of embarrassed about this because it's going back to like 18, 19, 20-year-old Erica. But I do still have a very strong, vibrant book crush on this character, and that is Jacob Black from the Twilight Saga. I think he would be really good as a, like, consort in the Shire because he's familiar with, like, navigating interfamilial politics and with, like, being a leader but not overtaking my control because I am the ruler after all. I am the ruler. Number 3, Heir. Someone needs to keep your legacy going. Pick a royal character who deserves to rule after you. I am going to go with kind of a lesser known choice, I think, but I'm going to go with Mary Lennox from The Secret Garden. I think she's really good at, keeping things garden-y going well, which since the Shire is, I think, predominantly a farming type community, like, she would be good at that because she can help make things grow. But I also think she has a backbone and a spine, and she's not afraid to stand up for herself, and also for those that might be a little less likely to stand up for themselves. Like, she's a very good kind of leader, but not in a too domineering kind of way, especially by the end of this book. So, yeah, I think she'd be a good heir. Number 4, Royal Guard. Being a ruler comes with many dangers. Pick a character you trust to have your back. Well, I think that in the Shire, the dangers aren't necessarily going to be, like, assassins or people that, like, want to do you bodily harm, but more in people not taking you seriously or not listening to you, like the interpersonal gossip mill turning against you. I think that's the real danger. So for my, person to help prevent that from happening and to make sure that I am respected, but also, like, advocate for me when people are starting to go the other way, I decided to go with Peeta from the Hunger Games because I feel like he is really good, particularly in the first 2 books, at navigating, people's personalities and being charming, but never going against the person that he's, advocating or really cares about. I just think he would be a really good guard. Plus, if push comes to shove, he is strong, and that is always a good characteristic to have in a guard. Someone who is strong and can, like, break down doors and help you get away from the problems if you need to get away from the problems. Number 5, advisor. It's nice to have someone to blame when things go wrong. Pick a character who usually has great advice. I am going to go with Remus Lupin because I think he always has really good advice for Harry. He's very mellow. He's kind of that, like, sage old advisor who isn't trying to control or manipulate you, but is really invested in making sure that you take the path that is best for you and best for your goals. I really think he is a fantastic mentor for Harry, and so I would like him to also be my advisor and mentor. Number 6, Spymaster slash assassin. You have to set an example. Pick a character who would destroy your enemies. Again, going with the idea that we're in the Shire, which is a pastoral, like, farming type community, I need someone who is a really good spy. Not so much an assassin because I don't think that's as necessary, but someone who will always know what is happening, who is saying what, and who is allying with whom, and all of that, and someone who can infiltrate all kinds of different, like, friend groups. And so because of that, I went with Mrs. Rachel Lynde from Anne of Green Gables, because that girl always knows what is going on She always knows what is going on in Green Gables. She also really speaks her mind, which I appreciate. So even though she's a spy, she's not going to, I think, be a spy in such a way that would make people distrust me, the leader, but rather they would just know that she's just gonna know everything about everybody and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Number 7, Court Magician. When brute force doesn't work, magic is the answer. Pick a character with useful powers. I really only had one choice. I'm gonna go with Feyre. Because, especially post Court of Thorns and Roses, Feyre can do all the things. She can do all the things because, you know, she has all the powers. And I can't say anything more because of spoilers, but she, will get things done, and she will be very helpful if we do need magical forces in place. She will be very helpful. Number 8, Diplomats. You need someone to make favorable trade deals or perhaps prevent a war. Pick a character who's great at manipulating others. This one was really hard for me because everyone I thought of, I was like, yeah, they're good at manipulating people, but I don't know if it would work in the Shire. Yes, in a courtly scheme of things, fancy city type place or courtly, olden-y times maybe would work, but I wanted to pick characters that would really work in the Shire. And so I picked Bilbo Baggins. Because he is, first of all, as a diplomat, he has a lot of just home court advantage because the Bagginses have been in the Shire for a long time, and he's got the Bagginses on one side and the Tooks on the other in his heritage. And so, I think he would be great at navigating the dynamics of, different families and at making sure everyone's happy and nobody's gonna revolt and knock me off my power, that they're gonna all trust me. I also think he would be really good at navigating the wider world, because when he gets thrown into the wider world, he proves his worth and he doesn't ever really make, I feel, enemies. People just don't take him seriously because he's a hobbit. But he's really good at not, having people hate him. And when he is in dangerous situations, i.e., Smaug and Gollum, he gets through it wonderfully. By being a diplomat. Number 9, General. Sometimes war is inevitable. Pick a strategic character to defend your kingdom and lead your army. So if the Shire is attacked by outside forces that are wanting to make war on us, I would like to have someone who would be very invested to protect the Shire if she was actually a native to the Shire. And so because of that, I picked Lada from And I Darken, because she never forgets where she comes from, and she's very, very smart, and she's not afraid to make the hard choices, and she also is very good at seeing multiple different, things happening at once, which I am not always very good at when it comes to, spatial relations and things like that. So I pick her. I think she'd be a good general. I think she is an amazing general. Number 10, Stable Master. All life must flourish in your kingdom. Pick an animal companion. I decided to go with Angus, the horse from Brave, because he can pull carts, and he is strong, and he can run fast, and he's beautiful. All things I need in my animal companion when I'm ruling the Shire. Number 11, Court Jester. Life as a ruler can get stressful. Pick a book/character that made you laugh. Again, this was really hard for me because I guess I don't read very many funny books. I don't know, it was very hard. So I finally just went with the basic answer and I picked Merry and Pip because they can be my court jesters. They're already at the Shire anyways, don't have to bring them from anywhere. And they're hilarious. And I love their songs, and I love their good humor. And yeah, they'll be my jesters. Number 12, Usurper. There will always be someone after the throne. Pick a villain who would make a worthy opponent. I am going to go with Agnieszka from Uprooted, because girl has mad skills and powers with her wood stuff and her forest stuff. And I think that would be a really, good opponent because the Shire is also very nature-based and Agnieszka's power is very nature-based. It will require me to use all my skills with Lada and Feyre. I think she's a very worthy opponent. Number 13, Nobles, the court's lifeblood. Who do you tag? So in honor of Fairy Tale-a-thon, which is next week, guys, are you ready for Fairy Tale-a-thon? I am going to tag all of my Fairy Tale-a-thon co-hosts. which are Becky from Coffee, Cocktails, and Books, Alex from Alex's Fiction Edition, Alex from Alex's Fiction Addiction. Alex, that's getting really hard for me to say. I don't know why, but I just had to say it like 6 times to get it right. So, Sam from A Bear to Be Books, and Jordan from The Lost Reader. Ladies, you've been tagged. I would love to see your answers for this tag because I think it's right up your alley because it's very fairy tale-y, this tag. What kingdom would you like to rule? Who would you need by your side? Who would your consort have to be? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as anything else you have to say. Subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys! So you know how complex it is. I have the questions on my phone, but the answers on my notebook. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting.